Let us start with the next topic, that is types of supports and reactions offered by the various supports. The very first type of support is simple support. What is basically a simple support? Consider one object or beam, horizontal beam in this way, which is supported at two ends like this. This is support A and this is support B. So you can see here, this is support A and B. These two are the simple supports where there is no connection between the beam and the support. There is no permanent joint between the beam and the support. You can easily remove this beam anytime. You can lift this beam anytime. You can place the beam anytime. So this is called a simple support where an object is just kept over the support without any joint between the object and support. Here there is no joint. Here also there is no joint. Only the object is kept on the support A and support B. So this type of a support can be called as a simple support. One more example can be like this. An object that is kept on the ground floor. In this way also, here also the support offered by this floor is a simple support because there is no connection, no joint between the object and the support. So this is also one of the example of a simple support. Okay. Now how many reactions are they offered? So number of reactions offered by simple support is equal to only one. Now only one reaction is offered. Here you can see at this A support, as the beam is kept over here, the beam cannot move in the downward direction. Okay, so why the beam cannot move in the downward direction? Because of this support A, there is a restriction to the motion of this beam or this rod in the downward direction, and same happens at point B also. There is a restriction for the motion towards the downward direction at point B also. That means support A and support B will be offering the two reactions in the upward directions. That is, support A is offering one reaction in the upward direction, support B is also offering one reaction in the upward direction. But you can see this beam is free to move towards right side as well as it is free to move towards left side. This beam can move towards right as well as left. So there will be no horizontal reaction offered as beam is free. See, reaction is always offered only when there is a restriction to the motion in particular direction. So restriction is in the direction which is downward only at point A and at point B. So at point A and B, one reaction each will be offered. So free body diagram of this beam will be like this. If this is your beam, at point A, beam cannot move downward. So there will be one reaction in the upward direction which is called as RA. And one more reaction is there at point B which is called as RB. But one support offers only one reaction. Here also only one reaction will be offered as the block is resting on the floor. So floor will be giving the normal reaction in the upward direction. So only one reaction is there. So this type of support is called as simple support. Let us move to the next type of support, that is roller support. Second type of support is called as what? Roller support. So the roller support is shown like this. Consider this as a beam, and at A point or end A of the beam, a roller is provided. So this is the symbol of the roller support. Here also you can see, because of these rollers provided between the support, surface of the support and the beam, this rod or this beam or this object can move towards left side, it can move towards right side. Means there is no restriction to the motion towards the left side or towards the right side, and that is why there will be no horizontal reaction. But the restriction motion is restricted in the downward direction, So upward reaction will be offered at point A. So free body diagram of this support will be like this. This is your original beam, and as there is only one restriction, this will be the direction of reaction. Let this is RA. So this will be the reaction offered. Here also number of reactions are only 1. So here you can see in this simple support, horizontal translation is free. Okay, and rotation is also free, means this beam can rotate about A or B. There is no restriction to the rotation, so rotation is free. Here also the horizontal translation is free, as beam can move in the horizontal direction towards left or towards right, but the beam can also rotate about this point A. So here also the rotation is also free. And so in this roller support, again, number of reactions offered, number of reactions are equal to 1 only. And how to determine the direction of reaction? Reaction is always perpendicular to the plane of support. This is the plane of support, so reaction will be vertical. As it is horizontal, reaction will be vertical. So this is the roller support. One more symbol is used to show the roller support. This same roller support at point A can be shown in this way also, where this is the ground floor, this is the beam which is to be supported. Between these two objects, one roller is inserted. So this is also the symbol of the roller support, for which the same FBD can be drawn. This is beam and this is one reaction, that is RA. Or we can have another type of roller support like this, or another symbol for the roller support. This is again one beam. At B point of the beam, one roller is provided, roller support is provided, but it is inclined. The roller support provided is inclined. Here there are rollers that are provided. So because of this, now the FBD will be somewhat different. Let angle made by this roller support with horizontal is theta. This is theta angle made by the support is theta. So reaction offered will not be vertical now, because plane of support is at an angle of theta. So reaction will be also inclined, but reaction will be perpendicular to this plane. So this will be the direction in which the reaction will be acting. So you can show that reaction here, that this is reaction RB, and the angle made by this reaction, as this is the direction of the plane, and here you can see this is theta angle. So if this is theta, the reaction will make 90 minus theta angle, because this angle is 90 degree. So in this way also you can show the reaction at point B. So this type of a support is called as roller support. So you can see simple support as well as roller support offers only one reaction. Next, third type of support that we are going to see is hinge support. So what is basically the hinge support? A practical example can be taken. The door is supported in the wall using the hinge, and you can see, you have observed that door can only rotate about the hinge. Door cannot move up or down, move towards left or right, but it can rotate about the hinge only. So that hinge support is shown in this way. This is the symbol for roller support. This is beam which is hinged at point A. So this is called as what? Hinge support at point A, or sometimes it is called as, or it is similar to pin support, or it is also called as pin joint. Pin joint is also like the hinge, and the symbol for that pin joint is like this. This is one object that is to be pin jointed. This is pin joint. So in both cases you can see that as this is hinge, the rod or the beam cannot move towards left, cannot move towards right. Okay, it cannot move the downward direction. Here also, this rod which is pinned at point A, it cannot move towards left or towards right also. But in both cases, the rotation is possible. Here in this case also, the rotation is possible. That means no linear motion possible. No linear motion possible in both cases, that is hinge or pin joint, but rotation is free. So how many support reactions will be there in hinge support or pin joint or pin support? It will be like, as it is not moving towards left or right or not moving towards up and down, so two types of motions are restricted, one in the x direction, one in the y direction. The object cannot move in x direction and in y direction, and that's why number of reactions are 2. Number of reactions offered is equal to 2. Now how these two reactions are offered, how these two reactions are shown, let us draw the free body diagram. This is the object which is hinged at point A over here. So this is A. As it cannot move towards the left side, so one horizontal reaction will be acting over here. And as it is not moving in the downward direction, there is a restriction for motion in downward direction. One vertical reaction will be acting, and this horizontal reaction can be denoted by letter AX, while this can be denoted by letter AY. Or you can also use another symbol, that is RHA, horizontal reaction at A, and for this also we can use another symbol RVA. In the numericals, at some places I have used this symbol, that is AX, AY, as this is easy to understand, easy to remember. In some examples I have also used this symbol, that is RHA, RVA. Any symbol can be used. For this pin joint also, a similar diagram can be drawn. So this is there are two reactions, AX and AY, in x direction and in y direction. So these two supports reactions are offered by the hinge support or the pin support. The next type of support is the fourth one, that is fixed support. Fixed support. Now what is basically the fixed support? How it is shown? Consider this horizontal rod again or beam which is fixed at one end. Let this is A. As it is fixed, this beam cannot move towards left, towards right, up, down. Also rotation is not possible because it is fixed at this point. Means now three kind of motions are restricted. No motion, there is no motion in x direction पॉसिबल नहीं है बिकॉज ये फिक्स किया है यहाँ पे. सो नो मोशन इन एक्स डायरेक्शन. अगेन देर इज नो मोशन इन वाई डायरेक्शन, no motion in y direction, and there is no rotation possible. So as there is no rotation possible, total number of reactions offered by the fixed support will be 3, because first reaction will be in x direction because no motion in x direction. Then second reaction will be in y direction because there is no motion in y direction, and the third reaction will be moment because of no rotation possible. So free body diagram of this fixed support is drawn over here. It will be like this. This is the beam that is supported using the fixed support. If you remove this support, the total number of reactions at this point will be like this. This is AX horizontal reaction, this is AY vertical reaction. The same is called as RHA also. The AY is also called as RVA, and when there is no rotation possible, then the third reaction is moment. The third reaction is moment, Ma. So total reactions are three: Ax, Ay plus moment. So out of these total reactions, three reactions, two reactions are the forces and one reaction is the moment. So in this way, the fixed support is having total number of reactions as 3.